Hey, I'm playing Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis Presley song, straight from the chord charts of the Morristown Youth Jam. So take the link in the video description, get the chord chart, and play along with me. Or, if you're going to be near Morristown, New Jersey, come play along with us in person. After the song, I'll do a basic tutorial. Here goes. Ever since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. You make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. And although it's always crowded, you still can find some room where broken-hearted lovers do cry away their gloom. You make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. Well, the bellhop's tears keep flowing, and the desk clerk's dressed in black. Well, they've been so long at Lonely Street, they ain't never gonna look back. You make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. If your baby leaves you and you got a tale to tell, just take a walk down Lonely Street to Heartbreak Hotel. You make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. Elvis Presley, yeah. Basically the key to this, there are two versions of this chord chart. A slightly harder one and a simpler one. The simpler one just has basic chords, and they're really the simplest possible version of those chords. The main difference is that the harder one has slightly harder version, or slightly harder, versions of those chords. Specifically the A7. This is an A7. One of the easiest chords on ukulele. This is also an A7. Why would you ever possibly do this instead of this? Because it sounds cool. Specifically, if you go for a G7, alright, G7 normally would be here, right? You slide it up 2 frets, but then you gotta go over here to catch this string. It sounds cool, like this. Right? It sounds cool when you switch it that way. Ever since my baby left me, you found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. You make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. See me switch my fingers there? I get so lonely, I could die. So, you make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. The other way would be, you make me so lonely, baby. I get so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. Or there. Right? So I do a higher G almost constantly throughout the song. This is the D rather, not the G, the D. This is the D I do. And the A7 I do, instead of being down there, I form the G7 with these 3 fingers, which is awkward. In fact, sometimes if you watch me, I was doing a standard G7 and then I'd swap in the middle because I had a little while to work with. And then I'd slide up 2 frets like that for the A7. But you don't have to. You can do the A7, it'll work. It will, and you probably will, and that's okay. The other thing I want to say is the rhythm of this. I mean, not just the rhythm, but the sort of percussiveness, stopping it at the right time, is critically important to the mood of the song, right? So what ends up happening is what's important is, or part of what's important is where you start. In other words, like you could say, ever since my baby left me. You could do that. Or you can go up and down. Ever since my baby left me. That sounds good to me. I like that. If you're ready to go down and you go, ever since my baby left me. I don't know. Somehow it's harder for the percussive sound to sound, good on the up. So you really want the last one before you stop it to sound good, right? By the way, that's also why I do this second D up here. If I did Ever since my baby left me. I'd have to stop this last string somehow, because you want it to stop. You want everything to stop. And if you end up with the high D, all you have to do is mute your left hand. Right? As soon as you lift up a little, you stop the sound. So that's it. You can make it sound really good that way. And in the bridge, or the instrumental verse, it also ends up being important. You have to kind of notice whether you start up or down, because otherwise it ends up feeling weird or sounding strange. But that's okay. You'll get used to it. But like, I almost always start the long runs down. They just seem to work that way on this. Here's down, 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 right? Notice at the end, I again started with the down. I even went off the beat. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. That's it. Okay, no more comments. I'm going to go very slowly through verse and chorus, in case you want that for some reason. Otherwise, for the rest of you, that's it. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. Check out the Morristown Uke Jam webpage for song sheets. I hope to see you some Wednesday. Bye. Here we go now, very slow, with the focus on my fingers. Ever since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. It's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel. You make me so lonely, baby, switch. You make me so lonely. I get so lonely, I could die. That's it. Hope I see you some Wednesday.